everyone. It's your big sister Chiquis, and you've reached my personal voicemail box for the Dear Chiquis podcast. I'm here to give you advice on anything and everything you need help with, whether you're going through a breakup or having issues with your family, or maybe you have a question about my personal life. Whatever the case is, I want to hear from you. Remember, these are my thoughts and my opinions, and if you're suffering from a serious issue or hardship, you should seek help from a qualified professional. All right, now go ahead and leave your message at the sound of the beep.
Hi, Chiquis. I would really love your opinion on something. So I recently came up with the idea of creating an OnlyFans, but completely anonymous. And I would want it to be completely anonymous because I am currently working on my doctoral program. And I know that there could be risk if I am on a platform like that. And I also just became a mom a year ago. And after having my baby, I felt super self-conscious. And I feel like creating my OnlyFans page can definitely help me be more confident. But I don't know if it's worth the risk. I've thought about it a lot and I really, really want to do it. My husband is super supportive about it. I am thinking if I can just do it for a little bit and then stop if I think that it's not a good choice for me. I am also in a lot of student debts and we're one household income, so the extra cash would definitely help, but I know that it could still be risky. So I just wanted to know your opinion. You're definitely in the public eye. I wanted to see your perspective. Should it be something that I just try out, or should I just wait until I'm done with my program and think of a different way to embrace my artistic side?
Hello, my beautiful anonymous listener. I love your voice. You have a very pretty voice, by the way. Okay, look. That was going to be my first question. Do you have a partner? Are you married? Are they going to be okay with it? If you have the green light from your husband and you are in debt and you want to try this out, why the heck not? Crazy enough, I had brought this up to my husband. He's not okay with it. But I know people that have made a lot of money on OnlyFans, and I support it. I'm like, dude, more power to you, especially if you're not hiding it from, your husband and he's totally fine with it. I understand that you're in this program, but you know what? Like, what you do in your personal life is your business. Mind you, I don't think you should put it out there or whatever, but I've always had this idea of having an OnlyFans, although I wouldn't, but I'm saying when I thought about it, of like doing like a mask type of thing. I have tattoos, so I would cover up my tattoos. I've thought about it. I've even thought about like, oh, what if I'm like a stripper? This is before, right? But people know me. So I was like, I would have to like definitely cover up my tattoos, and I would like to wear like a mask and change my name. It's like a whole other persona, like I have Chiquis and I have Janae, that you can have you, and then you can have, I don't know, we'll name her Diamond Girl or something. And you just put on a mask and you do your thing, and no one ever has to know what you look like. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. And if it doesn't work out, then okay, at least you tried it. And if it works out, then a freaking amazing for you and your husband. It might make him really excited, and, and your relationship, your marriage will benefit from it. So I definitely say go for it. Again, no one needs to know. It's your own little personal thing. It's that other persona that you have, and do it. Girl. Yes. Your child doesn't even have to know in the future. No one needs to know. This is your own little thing, you and your husband. Let me know what you decide, okay? And good luck, because there is a lot of money to be made there, for sure. And you don't even have to have sex with anyone. You just got to be sexy. Oh my gosh, girl, do it. Okay, guys, so we're going to move on to the next question, also from an anonymous listener. Let's see.
Hi, Chiquis. I really, really, really love your podcast. I listen to it like every time a new episode comes out. I just love it. So I'm coming to you now because it's something really important and I really need your help on. So me and my boyfriend, we've been almost together for a year. And a couple days ago, we found out we're pregnant. I don't know how many weeks I am. I just took a test. And now I have to figure out how I'm going to tell my parents. Yes, I'm old enough. I'm about to be 27 in a couple weeks. And I'm just scared of how I'm going to tell my parents, because years ago, my older sister, she was a teen mom. And she told my parents. I guess from that moment, it traumatized me because of the reaction and how my sister left the house. And she was my biggest role model. Now that I'm pregnant, I guess it's the trauma that scares me of telling my parents. And is there any advice you can give me? I really do appreciate it.
Oh, I get it. I understand. I remember when my sister Jackie had to tell my mom. She was really scared. My sister was like, what, 19, 20? Anyways, so it took me back to that moment. You know, they might be disappointed. They might not talk to you for a little bit. But you know what? This is your life. And once they see the baby, they're going to fall in love. And how are they not going to love your baby? You know, I saw how my mother loved my niece, and, you know, it was just the joy of her life, you know? So I understand that you're scared, and just do it with fear. And I always say this because this always helps me when I'm like, I don't have the courage to say things like confront something or confrontation. A letter, you know, hey, and so that they have time to digest it, and it's not as scary, maybe writing them a letter and letting them know, but also understanding that they might be upset or disappointed or whatnot, you know, but it's okay. That's their opinion, and they're probably very traditional. One thing I hope that they don't do, because I feel like this ruins relationships, is when the parents force their children to get married. That should be your choice and your partner's choice, you know? But anyways, that's just a little side note. But do it with fear. I understand that the trauma is there. Maybe because your sister already went through it, maybe they'll like ease up a little bit. But a baby's a blessing. A baby's a blessing, and they will love the baby with time. So I'm hoping that they take it well. And yeah, God bless your baby and your relationship for sure. Okay, guys, next question comes from another anonymous listener. All right, let's see.
Hi, Chiquis. I wanted to go ahead and keep my name anonymously, but I just wanted to start off by saying that I love you and I love your podcast, your words, and your advice. So I was wondering if you can give me some advice. I'm currently going through a little situation. I got out of a 1.5-year relationship with somebody due to domestic violence. He did something that was very unforgivable. Although he has been contacting me since the breakup about 4 or 5 times, wanting to meet up, wanting to talk, wanting to apologize for what he did. I just am confused. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I shouldn't, because I'm a very forgiving person, and I don't want to continue to carry this pain and this resentment and this anger of that night in my heart and in my soul. It's very heavy for me. So in a way, I want to meet up with him and hear him out. I don't want to go back. I don't plan to. I don't want to. I'm very firm on that decision. Although I do want to kind of meet up just so I could heal for my own healing journey, for my own peace of mind. And yeah, that's the reason why I would want to. But then again, I feel that he doesn't deserve it. So I'm stuck between the two. So if you can go ahead and help me, let me know what you think, what you would do if you were in my shoes.
If I were in your shoes, I would meet up with him. Why? Because I don't know how long it's been, but I would let a little bit of time go by. I think also for his healing, I think being able to apologize face to face will help him, but it will definitely help you, give you closure, especially if you're telling me that you definitely don't want to go back. I would tell you, if there was a chance or you still loved him or you felt like, oh, I might go back with him because I don't know what he did, but you said it's unforgivable. I think it's okay and it's safe for you to meet up with him in a somewhat public place. Give him the time, especially if this is someone that you loved, just to close that chapter in your life, to just give your heart closure, to give him closure, whether he deserves it or not, but it's also through your healing journey, you're helping him heal. And that's going to just help you in your future. I'm that type of person. Like, I'm like, okay, I'll hear you out. And because then you're going to live with what if I would have given him the opportunity? And I don't like to live with doubt, at least not me. So I think it's okay. Again, semi-public place where it's not too crowded, but it's still a public place where you can have this conversation where he can apologize and make it very clear, like, hey, I forgive you. What you did is not okay. You need to get help or whatever the case may be. He gets to say what he has to say, and so do you. And you just walk away and you're just like, okay, that chapter, that book in my life, boom, closed. I think it will definitely help you for sure. Because I can still hear in your voice that it hurts you. And I'm sure he did something really, really horrible. But it seems like you're open to it. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it's okay. I'm giving you the green light. Just be safe and make sure it's during the day. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? All right. The last question, guys, comes from Rosie.
Hello, Chiquis. Pido un consejo. Mi pregunta es, tengo unas cuñadas que no me llevo muy bien. Tenemos una relación, pues como un respeto igual por mi esposo, pero se me hace muy difícil una convivencia porque mi esposo es muy pegado a su familia y pues su mamá, mi suegra hace comidas y pues nos juntamos y pues hay como una tensión. I've tried to avoid going to like picnics and get together porque por lo mismo que me siento incómoda, me han hecho caras, no me dicen cosas directamente, pero la mirada es like crazy. Entonces, mi pregunta es, ¿qué consejo me puedes dar sobre eso? Thank you.
Okay, so Rosie's saying that she is married and she doesn't necessarily get along very well with her sisters-in-law. Sounds like there's a couple. And, her husband's very close to his family. So she does her best to go to family gatherings, but they, give her little faces and she feels very uncomfortable. And she just kind of wants to know what to do, like what I suggest, So I just wanted to translate real quick. But Rosie, a ver, I don't know if your husband has had the conversation with his sisters, but I think that is important to give you your place as his woman, for him to do his part and you as a partner to do your part. Absolutely. Because I feel like if he's very close to his family, then you need to also cater to that and love his family, even if they don't love you back. But if they're just giving you faces and stuff like that, I feel like you could be like, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to look the other way. I'm here for my husband. Because if you allow them to push you out, then that's going to be on you, So, but if there's a day that you're like, you know what? I don't feel like going. No quiero ir a esta fiesta. No vayas, porque si no vas a ir con mala cara, you're not going to be happy. And then it's just going to be an issue all over. But I think if you can kind of put that to the side, if they're not necessarily being rude to you or belittling you or saying things to you, then I think las caras and all that stuff, the little faces that they make to you, it's just kind of you know what? That's childish. That's on them. I'm going to be my best self. I'm going to be the bigger person for my husband. And then with time, he'll realize that the issue is not you, it's his sisters. And hopefully he steps up and defends you and is like, hey, you guys got to get your shit together. This is my girl. This is the woman I love. Because that's tricky, because you don't want to be that woman that separates your man from his family tampoco. You don't want to do that. So my suggestion is hopefully having a conversation with him and he has to fix that. Or also saying, hey, to the sisters, you guys, we're going to be family. I'm his wife and I want to be cool with you guys. Let's just figure out, let's be happy, let's find a way. Because if you don't go to the family gatherings and stuff like that, you're letting them win. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just knowing they're being immature, I'm not going to stoop down to their level. You get me? I know it's tough because I'm not going to say much, but I feel you. I feel you on that one. So hopefully it works out. Talk to him. Hopefully he defends you. Ojalá que así sea. Pero bueno. All right, guys. So that finalizes this episode of Dear Chiquis. Thank you guys so much for your questions. I hope that I was of some type of help, God willing. Wishing you all the best. And if you have a question for me, it could be about anything. You guys already know, even about my personal life. If you want to know something, I got you. Go ahead and leave your question at speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast. Okay? I catch you on the next episode of Dear Chiquis, y'all. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.